This is the AM Report. I'm Angie. It's great to have you with us. Now, of course, we're keeping an eye on some of the big stories of the day that you need to know about. Yesterday, of course, we heard from President Cyril Ramaphosa saying that had it not been for the nationwide lockdown, fatalities could have been 8 times higher. And, of course, the President adding that consultations will get underway as government prepares to ease level 4 of the lockdown into level 3. These stories and a whole lot more are some that we are going to be keeping a close eye on as the day unfolds. Mpho Raphata is our assignments editor here on Newzroom Afrika. She's got her finger on the pulse and joins us now to give us a sense of what else we'll be looking at. So, Mpho, another busy day ahead, no doubt. How are we treating the big stories of the day?
So, this morning, we're talking to fellow South Africans, you and I. How are we going to ready ourselves for level 3 and what kind of adjustments we're going to make? So are we heeding the President's call to keep it hygienic, to wash your hands, put on your masks, all of that? So we're talking to South Africans about that. And then, of course, we are going to a story that you and Michelle were talking about the Education Minister's announcement. Everybody is anticipating what will come out of that address. Are we going back to that idea of opening schools for grade 12s and grade 7s? Have schools been sanitized? Just 2 days ago, education unions were saying no. There was a collective statement saying we're not ready, we're not going. So how will the minister address that issue?
Absolutely. Right? And just yesterday we had heard Lindiwe Sisulu, who's Water and Sanitation Minister, suggesting that over 1,000 schools are still without water and they'd need to be looked at before we can even start thinking about the opening of schools. So
all of that, all of that will have to come out from all the role players, the health department, the water and sanitation department, how they plug in to eventually having some school reopening, perhaps in June.
Absolutely.
As well as, so we go to the Northwest. Zintle today is following up on a story she started yesterday where a doctor who had been infected with the coronavirus was in the hospital, and the nurses there were actually having a protest yesterday saying that they can't work with him. So what the department is now going to do today is move patients from 2 wards from that hospital to other hospitals. We want to find out, do these hospitals have the necessaries in terms of testing kits and how many people are going to be moved where, do they have the beds, all of that. So that's what Zintle will be following from the Northwest this morning. So
quite a mammoth task. Obviously, we're thinking comorbidities that exist for a lot of patients in hospitals. How confident are we that the patients that are being moved actually aren't moving with the virus itself?
So how is the moving going to happen as well? So, and then we go to Alex this morning with Malungelo Boy, our reporter, and we look at that issue of the payment of those grants for South Africans that the President and the Minister of Social Development have announced, that 350 grant that people are going to have. So we follow Malu on that one.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. All stories, with no doubts, that are worth tracking. We'll leave things there, at least for now. Mpho Raphata is our assignments editor here on Newzroom Afrika. Thanks very much indeed.